So continuing on with our analysis of the Xenoverse 2 storyline, what happens after Battle of Gods? Well, everybody knows it is Resurrection of Frieza, Resurrection F. But beforehand, the Supreme Kai of Time reiterates to us what the Time Breaker's actual goal is, and that is to break the seal on the Demon Realm. Now, if you've been following Dragon Ball Heroes, or if you watched the video I did on the Time Breakers, you would know that that is their supreme goal, because Towa is the sister of the Demon King Dabura, and she's still salty as hell for what happened to him.
The Demon Realm, eh?
It's the home of Towa and Dabura. That's pretty much all I know about it.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. There aren't many that know about it. It's all the way on the opposite side of the universe after.
It's very interesting that Bandai Namco is aware of the fact that the Demon Realm is essentially, like the Supreme Kai of Time said, on the flip side of the universe, almost like a coin. And that's interesting to me because it hasn't really been brought up in a lot of the Dragon Ball media, with the exception of the extra material. We haven't actually heard that statement in the anime, just the guidebooks and now in Xenoverse 2, and I find that very interesting, and also I love it. Like, it's matching up with what was said in the guidebooks, and that is cool. Like, I like when they do stuff like that. So moving on, we find out that Trunks is worried about his partner, aka the main character you play as in Xenoverse 1, because he's gone missing. This of course will play a big role later on in the game. The story of Resurrection F is a simple one. Frieza gets wished back to life, but conspicuous by their absence, the guys who wish them back to life, Shizami, Sorbet, and Tagoma, are not in this game. So you basically just fight off Frieza's soldiers, helping out the Z Fighters, and of course Jaco, the Galactic Patrolman. And if you're out there right now and you've seen Resurrection F, but you've never read the Jaco, the Galactic Patrolman manga, you absolutely need that in your collection if you're a Dragon Ball fan. It is essential reading, especially if you don't know the backstory of Jaco and his relationship with Bulma's sister Tights and that whole backstory. You need to read that manga. So like in the film, Frieza unveils his new evolution, Golden Frieza, and you have to help Goku because the Dark Makai energy has upgraded Frieza. But the big surprise here isn't just the involvement of the Time Breakers in upgrading Frieza, because, well, that's expected. No, it's actually the surprising arrival of an unexpected person in the battlefield.
You noticed me? This planet's Dragon Balls can grant 2 wishes. So, guess who's back? It's Cooler!
So the Dragon Balls can grant 2 wishes, even though in actuality they can grant 3 wishes. But let's not go down that confusing, plot hole-ridden explanation. Cooler gets brought back with the 2nd wish, and thus Pilaf and the gang don't get their money, and that kind of sucks for them. But Cooler is back, and I thought, hey, great, Cooler's back, but I think this is a missed opportunity here by Bandai Namco. This would have been a perfect time for them to have introduced Golden Cooler. Granted, this is of course Metal Cooler. I don't really know why he would be resurrected in his metal body, considering that it's not his birth body. You know, like Frieza didn't come back as Mecha Frieza. It doesn't make any sense. And to me, I thought that they could have, the introduction of Golden Cooler, and even though we never saw it in the anime or in any of the movies, it would have been a cool little like homage to Resurrection F, and also it would have been an opportunity for Bandai Namco to sell some exclusive merchandise, some exclusive Dragon Ball Xenoverse toys with Golden Cooler. I think that was a missed opportunity, to be honest. But Vegeta steps in because he remembers when you helped him out against both Broly and Janemba, so of course he has your back.
What is it? That sounds like your problem.
Why don't you handle it on your own?
So during the events of Resurrection F, Mira and Towa are attacking the Time Nest, and that's not good because you're out fighting Frieza and his brother. This could be a grand pinch.
Thanks. You really helped out there.
And just who are you anyway? I'm guessing you're some random friend of Bulma's.
Come on, there's no need to pry. We should be grateful. I don't know. For some reason, this doesn't feel like the first time you've given me a hand.
But luckily, Beerus and Whis get called over to help out instead of you because the Supreme Kai of Time offers cream puffs. I love cream puffs. So Lord Beerus is getting annoyed and wants to destroy things, but we find out that Toki Toki finally laid the egg. A new timeline will be created. However, there is some good that comes out of this because guess who gets to train with Whis? That's right, you do.
Whis may serve as my attendant, but he's also my instructor. So don't hold back. Give him all you've got. Understood? Oh dear. You take it easy, all right?
So after training you, Beerus and Whis decide to leave and the story continues without them for now. Moving along from the story past Resurrection F would segue into the big climax involving Breaker Bardock, also known as the Masked Saiyan. So the Time Patrol come to the conclusion that Bardock is indeed under some form of Time Breaker mind control, and Trunks himself thinks that if they can break that mind control, that Bardock will no longer be a slave to the Time Breakers. And thus the idea to fix this is to go back to the actual point in time when Mira and Towa took control of Bardock, which I covered in the first chapter of this series, but now we actually see it take place.
It looks like they used a wormhole to capture Bardock. But what is this place, anyway? It reminds me of Earth, but everything is ruined. So you...
So after using all of the movie villains to kind of slow you down, the Time Breakers have relied on their big coup de grace, and that is Breaker Bardock, the incredibly overpowered Breaker Bardock, as I've talked about in the past, and of course Mira has to get involved in the fight as well. And once you beat him, the mask comes off, and that's not good for Mira and Towa.
I'm being pulled in!
One last ace in the hole. I'll send you to the space between dimensions. And it's a one-way trip. Once you go in, there's no coming out.
My battle isn't finished yet.
We needn't worry about them anymore. Let's finish this quickly. It's time to go, Mira.
What the?
Bardock?
I can't shake him off. How is he so strong? Don't!
someone so weak overpower me?
How dare you make a fool of me? This time, it's not about the Saiyans. Even my son, Kakarot. I'm here for payback! Never underestimate a Saiyan's power! Get ready! How could I? By the likes of you! Bardock!
My Mira!
It's over, Towa!
After all that effort to strengthen him, some masterpiece that was. I disgust myself. But I won't be giving up that easily.
What a great series of events that was. So Bardock comes back to the good side, having his mind control be taken away from him, and he sacrifices himself to send he and Mira to the Netherrealm. But Towa's backup plan is quite the dangerous one. She enlisted the help of the hero from Xenoverse 1, who is now Trunks' partner in this game. She has turned him into a time breaker. And of course, you gotta beat his ass to break the spell. But then suddenly he begins to disappear and become erased from existence. What the hell did Towa do to the timeline now? With that being said, we're going to bring this video to a close, and next time, the conclusion of the Xenoverse 2 analysis / breakdown of the story and the final battle against the Time Breakers. I'll see you then.